A little while ago, I asked people to submit questions for a Q&A. It's now time to answer them. So let's get this show on the road. What is your name? The few of you who follow me on Twitter will know that my name is Jonathan Moore. Where are you from? I grew up on a thoroughbred stud in a place called Karaka, New Zealand. That's just south of New Zealand's largest city, Auckland. What are the pros and cons of living in New Zealand? New Zealand is a great place to live if you're interested in bushwalks and beaches. It's a less great place to live if you're interested in English Premier League football. So pros, nature. Cons, time zones. Why did you pick leaves and berries for your logo? My logo is a kind of personal symbol based on the Karaka tree, in reference to where I grew up. Why did you name your channel Soliloquy? Soliloquy was the name of a horse, bred and raced by my father. She was a successful racehorse, and was even more successful as a broodmare. There's even a race named after her in New Zealand. Soliloquy became a bit of a family brand, so when I started on YouTube I borrowed it. Why did you start this channel? Oh, the usual, fame, fortune. Nah, mostly because it's fun. What is the font you're always using? I use typefaces from the Lucidia family of fonts. I decided on these as they're easy to read. Occasionally I break from this, but Lucidia Sans is my default, and I use Lucidia handwriting when I want something a little less formal. What qualifications do you have? I went to the University of Otago in Dunedin, New Zealand, and completed a Bachelor of Science with honours and a Master of Science. For both of these, my major was plant biotechnology. My scientific background is photosynthesis research, hence why I made that video called Glowing Plants. Where do you live? After Otago, I moved to the Netherlands. I actually followed a girl there, and she's now my wife. Do you speak any languages other than English? Ik spreek een beetje Nederlands. What are your hobbies outside of YouTube? I enjoy long walks in the forest, the occasional day of fishing, and paragliding around the coast. Yeah, aside from YouTube, it's mostly gaming. What's your favourite game? I'm mainly a strategy gamer. I've put an ungodly number of hours into Civilization 5, so I'd put that as my favourite. What's your favourite colour? I guess since I asked everyone what their favourite colour was in my video on colour, it's only fair that I give an answer too. I generally answer with green, but of course any colour can look great in the right situation. What sports teams do you follow? I'm not a massive sports fan, but I do follow the All Blacks and the Kiwi America's Cup team, Team New Zealand. Would you rather fight a horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses? To the death, I'd fight the duck, and I'd start a breeding program with 100 duck-sized horses. They have to be worth something. Who are your favourite YouTubers? I subscribe to a lot of the bigger educational channels, and I rarely miss a video from several creators. But if I have to pick just a few, I'd say Minute Earth, Tom Scott, and the Mathologger are my favourites. In the non-educational category, I watch most Wheezy Waiter videos when they come out, and I watch the occasional gaming series, most commonly from Northern Lion. I also quite like Will Wheaton's tabletop series on Geek and Sundry. For the smaller channels, which I'm arbitrarily defining as having less than 10,000 subscribers at the time of recording, I'll also name a few that I follow closely. Step Back History is doing animated history videos without too many statistics clouding the story. Articulations, as the name suggests, is a channel all about art. And finally Conjecture, who has made some really interesting and thought-provoking videos. There are links to all of these channels in the description, so if you haven't heard of any of them, go check them out, and while you're there, drop them a comment and let them know that Soliloquy sent you. What YouTubers have influenced you as a creator? The obvious answer is CGPGrey, who more or less popularised this type of explainer video. I also draw inspiration from Michael Stevens from Vsauce and Hank Green from the Vlogbrothers, and probably many others. It's hard not to be influenced by our experiences, even if those experiences are simply watching a 3-minute clip. Do you fear that your content will be too similar to CGPGrey and Wonderwhy? I've had comments angrily criticising me for making my videos too closely resemble Grey's in the eyes of the commenter, but I've also had comments from people complimenting me on differentiating myself from Grey too. The answer is no, I don't worry about it. I just don't think it's a very useful thing to be concerned with. How do you decide on topics? Ideas come from everywhere. I've had a few ideas from podcasts and other YouTube videos. Often it's just a small side point, and then I go and look into it further, and sometimes that results in a video. For example, the radioactive steel video idea came from a one-line comment on one of Tom Scott's citation needed videos. I really do whatever I find interesting. Why don't you put out more videos? Well, they're a lot of work, and there are only so many hours in a day. I also prefer to work on the quality of the videos over the quantity of them. How long does it take to make one of your videos? This varies a lot, primarily depending on how much research is required and how complex the animations are. A ballpark figure is around 60 hours of work for a typical video, but there are some that have taken me 30 hours, and others that have taken over 100 hours of work to produce. My more recent videos have had more complex animations, and so have taken me longer to produce than the early ones. What are your future video ideas? Well, I'm currently working on videos about... Hopefully these will be interesting videos for you. I, for one, am very excited about them. Will you do collaborations? You mean like I did with Art Explains? Yes, I will be doing more collaborations going forward, as they can be a lot of fun. I'm always on the lookout for potential channels to work with, but I also believe to be worth doing, the collaboration should add value to the viewer's experience. So I won't just do anything either. What video of yours do you like the most? So I don't generally watch my own videos once they're uploaded, but I do quite like the videos Radioactive Steel and Brother Husbands, probably because they're slightly obscure topics which appeal to me. Can you answer my question? Yes, I can. Answering no would produce a paradox and nobody wants that. Do you like tacos? Yes. Boxers or briefs? Boxers. What country has the best voting system and why? I do like mixed member proportional, used by Germany and New Zealand, for the election of a legislative body. It achieves proportional representation, whilst through the use of electorates still allows for smaller local movements to gain representation. For electing a head of state, where there can be only one winner, Ireland's system of instant runoff voting solves the problem of third-party candidates splitting voters to the disadvantage of their supporters. What advice would you give about how to reach that first milestone? From my experience, there are really two things that are needed to find some level of success on YouTube. The first is content that offers value to the viewer. The second is luck. But the more content you make, the better you will become, and the more videos you put out, the more chances you will have of finding some luck. So my advice is simply to make content. And while you're at it, enjoy the good things about being a small YouTuber. Interacting with people in the comments is one of the best parts about being a creator, and effectively doing that only gets harder as your channel gets bigger. Okay, thanks to everyone who submitted questions. It was great to see such a positive response. I'm going to go research a new topic now.